I did it. I published my first book, Crack for Trout Bums. Got it out the door. This is the paperback version. I also have a hardcover, and it's available on Amazon in ebook format. This has been a passion project of mine for, I think I started this like 7 years ago. Obviously, I haven't been writing it constantly since then. There's been long periods of time when I wasn't working on it, but I put my head down over the last few weeks and finished the introduction and the final chapter. We finally got this thing published and out the door. And it is available out there right now on Amazon. And as we speak, or as I speak right now, it's in the process of being published on Apple Books, Barnes and Nobles, and a bunch of other platforms as well. So I'm just really happy to announce this Crack for Trout Bums. It's something I've been working on for a long time. I didn't talk about it in my videos, but I'm actually a freelance writer. I write magazine articles, and I've actually won a couple of journalism awards recently from the state of Colorado. And so writing is a passion of mine. And this is not going to be my only book. I've got other projects in the works. I'm going to have future books out as well. So one thing that's really cool about this book is the cover. It's designed by my ninth grade daughter. And she's got her name on here. There's my name, Doug Geiling, as the author, and Addie Geiling as the cover illustrator. And the deal is that she gets 20% of my sales. So, and half of that has to go into her college fund. So that was really cool to bring her into the process as well. So again, Crack for Trout Bums. Pick up a copy. I know you'll like it. You don't have to be a trout fisherman or trout fisher person really to enjoy this book. It's not a how to fish. It's not a fishing guidebook. It's more of a popular interest narrative, nature writing, outdoor writing kind of book that centers around the trout and the beautiful places they live. Every chapter is a little bit different. So there's a little bit of science, a little bit of adventure, a little bit of popular interest, that kind of thing. So it's a little bit of everything. I think you'll like it if you pick it up. So I'd appreciate it if you do. And if you do get a copy, please, please, please leave me a review on Amazon. That's huge when you get reviews on Amazon. So I'm really hoping to get this thing out there. I'm really proud of it. When you see my videos, if I'm backpacking or hiking in a place where there is trout, I'm probably going to be doing some fishing. So there's some fishing in my Wind River Mountains trip this year, my trip to Grape Creek, Gibraltar Lake. There's some really cool footage of some cutthroats that I caught out of the high lake there and released them, some underwater footage as well if you haven't seen that. So yeah, if there's trout where I'm going, I'm probably going to be doing some fishing. I don't always catch anything. My trip to the West Fork Falls and the Comanche Peak Wilderness, one of my latest videos, I didn't get anything, but there's still some. I still try to do some fishing in there. So obviously, if I'm going to the desert or something like that, I'm not going to be doing any trout fishing because there's no trout there. But anywhere I go in hiking or backpacking, for the most part, I'm probably going to be doing, including some trout fishing in that video. Uh, Lately, I've been really into tenkara style fishing. This type of fishing is appeals to me because it's so light and minimalist. I can pack this little rod in a back. This rod weighs like 3.5 ounces, by the way, not including the line. But it just it's very simple, which appeals to the way I like to fish. And it's a fixed line, so the line, you don't have a reel, which makes it kind of awkward. But it's really well suited for small backcountry waters. And it's actually a very ancient technique. It comes from Japan. It's something like 1,000 or more years old. But anyways, it's kind of like what you do is you unwind the line here, and the rod telescopes out. If I back up a little bit, I'm not going to extend the whole rod. These rods are actually really long. It's like 11 feet long. So you get the rod over the water, and the line is a fixed line that attaches to the end of the rod. So you don't have a line that goes down to a reel. It's just on the end. So when you get a fish on the line, there's a whole different technique to get the fish into your net or onto the bank or whatever, because you can't reel it. So what you have to do when you get the trout on is you have to hold the rod way up so the rod bends way forward, and then you actually have to reach out and grab the line and pull the fish in like that. So there's a whole technique into it. I do other types of fishing as well. I have a regular fly rod, and I'll even do spin fishing as well, depending on the conditions or what we're doing. But yeah, I love tenkara style fishing because it's really good for backcountry, super light. This thing weighs 3.5 ounces. It packs into a small pack, and it's also very minimalist. So it doesn't. There's not a whole lot to it. If you get a few flies, just tie it onto the tippet. The line itself is about the length of the rod. So if you have about an 11-foot tenkara rod, The line is about the same length, and you put about a 3 or 4 foot tippet, which is the clear fishing line, on the end of that, and then the fly on the end of that. So with an 11-foot rod, you've got about 14 or 15 feet of actual line to work with. And so that's your fishing radius. So you really have to kind of get into the water or closer to the fish. Big lakes is kind of challenging unless the fish are close to the shore. But yeah, this is usually the way I've been fishing lately. So you'll see in my videos a rod like this that doesn't have a reel. That's tenkara fishing. But anyways, yeah, the main reason for this video is I wanted to announce my book. It is wintertime. It's 2 days before Christmas right now, so not a whole lot of hiking, backpacking going on right now. I do have some other video content in the works that's going to come out pretty soon, or at least in the next few weeks. I'm going to be doing more like studio side type of informational videos, and I have an idea in my head to get out to the desert, maybe Death Valley, maybe Southern Arizona, something like that in the next couple of months, to do something down there. About 5 years ago, I did a backpacking trip in Death Valley over New Year's Eve, and it was absolutely perfect. The weather was perfect that time of year, and it was a really cool place to go backpacking when it's not so hot. So I may go back there, or maybe something else in that area. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but we'll have something coming out when I do, or shortly after that I do. But anyways, yep, Crack for Trout Bums, paperback, hardback, and ebook. You can get it on Amazon. Just search for Crack for Trout Bums, and you'll find it. I'd appreciate it if you give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. And if you do read the book again, please give me a review. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.